This is the start of our annual stewardship appeal, and over the next 3 Sundays you're going to hear speakers, and they'll be talking about our core values that we share in common in this congregation. And today's core value is generosity. And here to speak to that core value is Ellen Dozier. We're grateful to have her.
We had traveled in 2 buses and 1 lancha, which is a small boat, to reach an island in the Pacific Ocean. It's called Tecahate. And when we got there, we were tired and dirty and hungry. And we were greeted with a woman, and in her hands were warm tortillas con un poco de sal, just a little bit of salt. What a generous gift that was. Now, earlier in my life, I might have thought, where's the bacon and eggs? But I was able to see that as a very generous gift. In a way, it's like the story in the gospel of the widow who in the temple put in her 2 copper coins, and Jesus recognized her as a generous giver. So it's not the size of the breakfast or the amount of money that we give that makes us generous. What is it? I think we start with, along with the psalmist, of affirming the world is the Lord's and everything in it belongs to God. And when we can really, truly experience that, trust in that, then we want to give thanks for all that God has done for us. And the God that we serve is the God of abundance, abundance of love and mercy and forgiveness and compassion that never runs out. It's always more with God. And so as we experience this in our own lives, as we experience it from other people and from the creation that God fashioned for us, then we want to give our thanks and our praise. And that's one of the reasons we come here on Sunday mornings, to give thanks to God for all that we have received. And then this thanksgiving that we offer here spreads out into the world, and just what Sharon was talking about. That's some of the examples of the ways that we give. We can give because we trust that God has given to us. We give our money. There's wildfires or hurricane, other natural disasters. We send our money. We can't go to all those places, but we really are there because we send our money. And we give our presence and our abilities. There's a long, long list of things to which we can offer our presence. Tutoring a child, sharing house volunteer, helping with living waters, visiting someone in the hospital, taking a meal to a neighbor, providing transportation. The list goes on. And in all that we are giving of our presence and of ourselves. And then we give our prayers. Lately, I've been thinking about how prayer helps me connect with other people. We name someone in prayer. We name a group of people. We understand at a deeper level our connectedness to those people as we pray for them. You know, we live in a time that some of us feel is a time of uncertainty. There's fear, there's despair and hopelessness. And in times like this, the feeling may be, well, you know, I am going to take care of myself, of my family, of the people that are close to me. That's what I'm going to do. But I believe that this is the very time that God is calling us to be generous and reach beyond ourselves. Because so much of the hatred and anger and violence and suffering that we see is taking places in the people to whom we need and we are able to give. And so this is a time for generous giving. You remember the Guatemalan woman that I told you about who had those warm tortillas for us? Those were not leftover tortillas. She had made those for us. And I really don't know if she had corn left to make tortillas for her family. And the widow in the gospel story, she put in her 2 copper coins. That was not giving of her leftovers. That was not giving of her surplus. That was giving all she had. And perhaps these 2 women will help us grow deeper understanding into what generosity is. Thank you.